Here we go again, the awe of romance. Time to trash the boys for not doing it right.
We are not trashing the boys. We're going to talk about romance.
No. If women had it 365 days of the year, it would be Valentine's Day so they could get lushed on.
Are you kidding? Women would be thrilled with one day a year actually being treated like a Valentine.
Don't give me that. The pressure's all on the guys. The poor guys got to carry the freight when it comes to romance.
Poor guys. Are you kidding? This is a two-way relationship. We should be loving on each other.
Well, but understand that men carry the freight over and over again.
No, they do not. Absolutely not.
Matter of fact, I would suggest that it's almost an obligation.
It's a duty now to love your woman?
Well, let's go
I
this
don't
way.
think so.
I'll ask you a question. What do women do to initiate romance to their men?
Okay, I don't know about other women, but we do all kinds of things. I decorate,
okay,
I make phone calls, I do
women
cards.
in general. Not psycho woman here, okay?
Don't call me psycho.
Well, okay, maybe, but look at this. You've got situations where women don't, like even the radio shows. What do the radio shows say? Men, don't forget Valentine's Day. Don't forget it, men, right?
Okay, yeah, but you're harping on Valentine's Day. We're talking about everyday relationships.
But it's just, the romance thing is always dumped on the guys. The guys got to make it happen.
Dumped on the guys. Oh my goodness. The romance is the guys chasing the girls, and you absolutely love the chase.
Well, right into the bedroom, hopefully.
Well, and we love being chased, and that's the fun part of it.
Yeah, but it just seems so much pressure, you know?
It shouldn't feel like pressure. It should be fun. You should look forward to the new things that you can be doing for each other.
Well, I gotta admit that we'd like to be wanted. We, both of us. The chase, you know, the wanted, and guys want to be wanted too. And sometimes I think women miss that.
You're admitting what you really were complaining and whining about.
I wasn't gonna pull up my trump card. Did you not do a test?
Oh, you're a brat.
No, do it. Let's talk about it.
You are an absolute
She did a
brat.
test last Valentine's Day.
Okay, wait, excuse me. It's my test. I can explain
make it quick.
I was at the gym.
Listen
I
to this.
challenged women and one man to do something out of the ordinary for their spouse for Valentine's Day. I checked back in with them, and gals, I am so sorry to say we absolutely flunked. Not one woman did anything. Hush. And the guy did something new for his wife. So, okay, I will admit, both of us have things to learn.
Good.
And both of us want to feel wanted.
Good. I feel this. I feel
You
it clear.
just love the fact that
the
you were
awe
right.
of romance. We got a lot to learn. If the fire's gone out in your marriage, stay with us because we're going to rekindle some romance. Romance. I struggle every week trying to understand Donald enough to really lay it on the table what she really needs. I mean, romance is a hard test to pass, especially when your wife grades you every week a little differently. Now, if you're feeling that kind of despair, guys, hang in there because we're not done. This show is for you and your wife who needs to hear about romance.
Yeah, we're ready to give out the A's. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
But you know what? We want to introduce you to Dr. Jim Burns, who's with us today, because he's a man who spends his life promoting healthy relationships, and he's author of Creating an Intimate Marriage. Welcome, Jim.
Great to be with you. Great to be with you, Dave.
Great.
Yeah, Christy.
Well, good. Now we're going to talk about the power of touch right from the start. Understand that we all know that.
Okay, A is the touch. Because it's affection, and it's not a sexual touch. I just need to clarify here.
Okay. Well, but see, touch is so important because humankind is really deprived. I mean, it's touch starved, right? And they need to feel encouraged and welcomed. And so where do we get going in this affection thing? I mean, you put this across it together of affection, warmth, and encouragement. Talk to me about affection.
Well, affection's important, and it is touch, but it's not just sexual touch. Us guys, we're going to go straight to sex.
Yeah.
Immediately. That's what's in our mind.
Okay, it's not just a means to an end. Can we start making affection the end itself?
Well, the truth is it can be, and it should be. So there have to be times when we're going to, just do the affection. And affection is touch. It's non-sexual touch. In fact, there was a study that just came out at UCLA that the average person needs 8 to 10 meaningful touches a day, and that's more affection, but it's also words, and it's being sensitive. That's not easy for us guys, and yet the truth is that that's going to keep a home and a marriage strong and intimate. Beautiful. Affection brings intimacy to a relationship, and there is a sexual part to it, of course. Don't take that out.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Understand, guys, there's got to be two boxes. One is affection that doesn't lead to sex. Just love, touch, hug, and don't be going no place. It'll be a gift to your wife, because that's the place to start. Because if they get two boxes, usually think affection, sex is all connected, so I'm going to start with a hug.
And let me give you a hint. The bigger you make the affection box, the greater the little sex box starts growing.
Okay, now you're listening.
But seriously, the whole idea of, I think we underestimate the power of touch.
Right.
It's extremely powerful in lives. And I know that I've had times in my life where when that touch has translated to me to encourage me, to strengthen me, to do so many things.
Right. You know, you're right. I mean, Kathy, my wife, wants me to hold her hand at a movie. And well, why? I want the popcorn, you know, whatnot, but that's just important to her.
I need both hands.
Exactly. But I also find that when Kathy comes up behind me and just starts kind of rubbing my back, and it's not a sexual move, if you would,
Right.
but it really does make a difference.
Well, I'll tell you what I love. I love when we're in public, and anytime Mark, I would call it possessive, touches me. It's just,
He owns you.
Yeah, he comes and it's like, this one's mine. And I love that because I want to tell everybody, I'm his.
But it's interesting, Jim, you brought up just Kathy touching your back. I was in a difficult meeting in the last month or so and answering some hard questions. My wife happened to be beside me. And I'm talking right in the middle of it. All of a sudden, I feel just her hand on the middle of my back. And it's just like saying, I'm with you, I believe in you, I'm here for you.
Right.
Oh my goodness. What a gift that was.
Incredible.
And that really brings the intimacy side to it. There is sexual intimacy, but sometimes sexual intimacy doesn't have emotional connection like just a simple touch. But not just touch, again, it's back to the words as well. You know, and I love you, a little note. It's not easy for us guys to do, but when we do that, that really makes a difference. Don't you think, Christie?
I absolutely, but I'm wondering what happens that we lose it? You know what I'm saying? When we're dating, like you said, the holding hands, the hand on the back is all over the place. But what happens after time where all of a sudden you think, I don't do that anymore?
But you take each other for granted, right? That's where it starts. You know, we're busy, life's going on, and you know I love you. Kind of like I'll send you a memo when I don't love you anymore, right?
Exactly.
And you know, we forget that fact, right? That part of it is just that ongoing touch, that ongoing words of affirmation, those things. What do you think?
You know, I think that way too often we just simply begin to neglect. And one of the biggest problems is we are so busy that we get overcommitted to great things, but then we get underconnected. And so, you know, us guys, sometimes, like I have the word affection, warmth, and encouragement on my telephone just to remember to do it. Now, I'm saying that to you all. I don't always say that to Kathy, but it's important for me just to remember to do those basics.
Now, if the guy who creates it puts on his own phone to work on it, that's real life. Now let's talk about W. That stands for warmth. Now give us a snapshot of what you're talking about.
Warmth is more of an attitude, an atmosphere in the home.
And I love the word atmosphere.
Exactly, and I think it's important that we realize only one person can create atmosphere, and that's us. It's not our spouse, because they're going to respond differently. It's not our kids. We have to respond by setting the tone. You know, you have a thermostat, you have a thermometer. A thermometer reacts to your temperature, but a thermostat, you set it. So it's important to set it. You still have hassles.
So if I get this straight, I can't blame my spouse for the tone.
Oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding? And I do say honestly that I realize I am the tone setter of my home. And that's a humongous responsibility because I don't always set the best
But people
tone.
listening, they're going to go, come on, my spouse, she, my husband, that. You know, they're going to be doing that. They're going to say the tone is wrong because of them.
Well, that's why we always play the blame game, but you know what, it doesn't work. So when you have warmth, and you can't always have warmth, but the warmth part is important. And you know what it may be, is you're kind of in a hassle with your kids, you stop what you're doing, and you give your husband or your wife that 15-second kiss. You're not giving that kiss to grandma. And that changes the atmosphere. It's not, and that's going back to affection a little bit, but the truth is it's setting some warmth. We have some things we need to deal with. Let's deal with it after dinner. But right now, maybe there's some music, and again, I'm not faking this. I'm just saying we can't be Pollyanna, but we've got to be able to set that. You can do that even in the midst of kind of a crisis mode living.
We're coming back to warmth. Listen, you need help in romance. Take the quiz and see how well you're doing. Go to marriageuncensored.com and take the quiz and whoa, how are you doing? Stay with us.